Listen now to the echoes of ages, to a tale whispered across the winds of time. A story not merely of monsters and gods, but of a soul, ensnared in the cruel loom of fate. It is the story of Medusa, a name now synonymous with terror, yet once a beacon of devotion. Pause with me, and let us journey back to the sun-drenched shores of ancient Greece, to the heart of myth. Before the snaking horror, before the petrifying gaze, there was only Medusa, a maiden touched by grace. Envision her, if you will, not as legend now paints her, but as she once truly was, a young woman, radiant and pure. Her hair, a cascade of dark silk, flowed freely, catching the light as she moved. Her eyes, deep pools of liquid brown, held a serenity that spoke of an innocent spirit. She stood, devoted within the hallowed halls of Athena's temple, a priestess sworn to chastity, her life a silent prayer. The cool marble beneath her bare feet, the scent of incense heavy in the air, the soft murmur of devotion. This was her world, peaceful, reverent, human. She knew no evil, only dedication. Her heart beat with a rhythm of worship, a quiet strength residing within her, yet to be tested, yet to be forged in the fires of sorrow. She was beauty, unmarred, a testament to the gods' initial benevolence. Then the world shattered, a cruel, uninvited intrusion, a desecration that tore the fabric of her sacred existence. Poseidon, the mighty ruler of the seas in his boundless arrogance, defiled her within the very sanctuary she served. Her cries, unheard by the heavens, echoed only within the cold stone walls. And when the dawn broke, it brought not justice, but a monstrous decree. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, of war, and of justice, saw not Medusa's agony, but the stain upon her temple. The divine fury, cold and swift, fell not upon the aggressor, but upon the victim. Medusa, the once devoted priestess, was cursed. Her beautiful hair, her crowning glory, transformed into writhing serpents, each hiss a whisper of her despair. Her soft skin hardened, her gentle gaze became a weapon of stone. She was no longer a woman, she was a gorgon, banished, isolated, a creature of terror. This transformation, profound and agonizing, marked the beginning of her exile and the birth of a profound injustice. She was feared, yes, but more profoundly, she was misunderstood. How could they know the sorrow behind her petrifying gaze? How could they discern the remnants of a shattered soul beneath the monstrous exterior? She was labeled a monster, a horrifying aberration, a threat to all who dared gaze upon her. But was she truly a monster, or merely a reflection of the monstrous cruelty inflicted upon her? Her fate was sealed not by her actions, but by the whim of a god, and the unforgiving judgment of a goddess. She became a symbol of divine wrath, her very existence a warning. Yet few paused to consider the depths of her suffering, the silence of her tears. Yet even in her wretched isolation, a different kind of power began to stir within Medusa. It was not the power of physical might, but the nascent ember of resilience. Stripped of her former identity, forced to endure the horror of her own reflection, she faced a choice: succumb to despair, or find a way to exist. Her transformation, though a curse, also became an unwilling catalyst for a profound inner journey. The world had sought to break her, to erase her, but in its attempt it had inadvertently forged a new being. A being defined not by her beauty, but by her endurance. She had been robbed of her voice, her sanctuary, her humanity, but not entirely of her spirit. This was not a simple tale of vengeance, but of a quiet, defiant reclaiming. Medusa, in her monstrous form, began to embody a raw, unyielding strength. The snakes that once symbolized her shame now writhed with an ancient primal energy. Her gaze, once a source of terror for others, became a shield, a boundary. No longer could she be touched, defiled, or easily dismissed. She was formidable, untouchable in a way she never was as a vulnerable priestess. This was her inner power manifesting, not as a weapon of aggression but as a protective cocoon, born from unimaginable pain. Her existence became a stark, silent protest against the injustice that had marred her. Consider, then, the courage required to inhabit such a form, to endure such a fate and still to exist. Her life became a testament to the enduring human, or once human, spirit, even when stripped of all conventional comforts and beauty. This is the essence of rebirth, not in the traditional sense of a gentle new beginning, but a fierce, brutal recreation of self. She was reborn from the ashes of her old life, not as the innocent priestess, but as something new, something powerful, something that demanded to be acknowledged even if only through fear. Her story speaks to the profound act of reclaiming identity, of defining oneself not by the labels others impose, but by the quiet, resolute strength discovered within. She became a guardian of her own solitude, a sovereign of her own cursed domain. Her tale, though ancient, reverberates with a timeless message. It speaks to all who have been wronged, to all who have been cast out, to all who have been misunderstood and mislabeled. Medusa'S journey, from revered maiden to feared gorgon, is a stark reminder that true strength is not defined by external beauty or societal acceptance. It is forged in the crucible of adversity, in the defiant refusal to be utterly consumed by sorrow. It is found in the quiet resolve to stand tall, even when the world sees only a monster. Her story invites us to look beyond the surface, to question narratives, and to seek the humanity, or the enduring spirit, within even the most maligned figures. Remember her, not just as the monster but as the priestess. Remember her beauty, her devotion, and the unbearable injustice she suffered. Remember her transformation, not as a mere curse but as a profound, albeit painful, evolution of self. Remember her resilience, her unwavering existence in the face of insurmountable odds. Let her story whisper to your own spirit, a reminder of the potent power that lies dormant within us all, waiting to be awakened by adversity, transformed by experience. True strength is not defined by how the world sees you, but by how you rise after it tries to break you.